I wanted to offer a plan for the instructional week. This is just one possible configuration. You need to figure out a way to tackle the material that fits your life and your outside responsibilities. No one knows those better than you. But this is one possible way, and you can adjust this as needed. Our instructional week runs from Monday through Sunday. And you should plan to get started on Monday, jumping right into the material. And you're going to start by scanning the module. Just look through, see how many topics there are, see what's due for the week. Review the syllabus. The syllabus is really important, and you should be checking it weekly. Monday's a good time to do that. Use those tools to plan your week. You want to get through most of the content in the first part of the week so that you have time to ask questions and get feedback as necessary. You might want to read the discussion prompt so that you can keep it in mind as you go through the reading, so that you know and can start to formulate an idea of what you might want to post about. Begin your reading. For Tuesday, you're going to continue your readings, continue to explore the course materials, and start looking at extras as needed. The extras are embedded into topics. They might have additional explanation, different examples, videos, links to websites. But the idea is that they are there for you when you need a little extra clarification, or if you're just really interested in something and want to take a deeper look at something. But they're not required, and you don't have to do them. They're just there if you need them. You might also consider looking in the discussion to see if someone has posted a little early. Remember that you're going to comment on at least 2 days other than the day you post your initial post. So you might end up being able to post a little bit early in the week because someone else has posted their initial post and you can comment on it. Wednesday. Wednesday is an important day. By this day, you should be finishing up your readings or be near finishing them up. And on this day, at some point, you're going to post your initial discussion post. And that's going to be your thoughtful contribution to the discussion. So the way it's designed is that you can post anytime on Wednesday for full credit for timeliness, or you could post it a day later for a minimal point deduction. Thursday, if you haven't already submitted your initial post, you should by this day. I really do recommend that you try to get it in by Wednesday for full credit, just because why wouldn't you want as many points as you can get? And it helps keep our discussion flowing. Add comments. Start to look for the posts that really seem interesting, the things that your colleagues say that you agree with or you disagree with, something where you can add a unique experience or an example and add comments. Remember that discussion doesn't need to take up a giant portion of your day. You might just set a time in the morning and spend 5 minutes looking through some of the threads. All right. Respond to questions in your thread. Part of this process is it allows your instructors to assess how well you're applying what you're learning. And the discussion helps your colleagues explore the content, and it helps your instructors know what we need to do to supplement your learning if something isn't clear. So if we have posted in your thread, if your instructors post something, be sure to respond to it. The idea is that we want to see an evolution of your understanding over the course of the week, and we will try to, in terms of grading, we will try to give you as many points as we possibly can. If you ignore our attempts to draw out information, we can't give you points that if you just don't respond. Review material as needed. So if we let you know that there's some confusion in your post, that there's some misinformation, you might need to go back and review. Go back to the material, review it, and then you can use that to inform your future posts and comments. Friday. If you've set aside a time to look through discussion, go and start looking at the threads you're following, the ones that you find really interesting. You don't have to read every single discussion post. Start to look for the ones that resonate with you and be part of a conversation, okay? Comment. Add your experiences, add your unique take. Don't be afraid to disagree. Tactful, professional, deliberate disagreement is how we sharpen our ideas. So don't be afraid to do that. Start to think about the graded work for the week. Now, notice I'm saying this on Friday. Why am I telling you to start thinking about that? Well, because you need to look over to see what's going to be due so you can plan, and also to clear up any misunderstandings you have. If there's anything you don't understand, give yourself plenty of time to ask questions, okay? And attempt the checkpoint. The checkpoint exercise is an activity that's due by the end of the week, and it's an online activity that's automatically graded. It draws from a bank of questions, and it helps you see how well you've mastered the objectives for the week. You can take it as many times as you want, and you'll get the highest grade, but it won't tell you the answers. So why? Well, because you have access to that material throughout the week. This is to see what you've mastered, okay? So if you have questions and you just don't understand why you're wrong, you can use that to post some questions in the forum, okay? All right, so Saturday. Post your questions in the Ask the Professor forum. You can certainly post questions at any point during the week. You can also email me your questions. Check threads in the discussion. Go back to the ones you're following. See what people have responded to your questions and follow up with any questions people have asked you. Plan to meet with your dyad partner. So for the first part of the course, you're going to be submitting work with someone. You're going to meet and compare your work. I really encourage you to do the entire work yourself and compare with your dyad partner. Avoid shortcuts like you do half and I'll do half and then we'll combine it, or I'll do this one, you do the next one. You know, those are good strategies to save time and energy, but they're not good strategies for making sure that you understand the material, because it's through your comparison and discussion that you're going to get feedback before it gets turned in for grading. Continue to work on the checkpoint if necessary, meaning if you haven't gotten the grade that you're hoping for, you can retake this checkpoint as many times as you want. Sunday, final day. You should be wrapping up on this day. Try to avoid saving everything to start on Sunday. It doesn't work well. Give yourself enough time. So finalize the feedback request. So work out the final answers with your dyad partner, and then give yourself time to troubleshoot. In other words, I've seen where students attempt to submit work at 11:58 and their computer gives them grief. Well, everything is due by 11:59, including the checkpoint. So what that means is, if you start submitting things at 11:58 and you run into trouble and everything gets submitted by the next day after midnight, that work will not be accepted. You can submit work at any point up to 11:59, and then after that the week is over. Okay, so some final tips. Try to set a time every day for discussion. I like to just scan the discussion, you know, in the mornings before work, see if something resonates with me. I don't have to spend a ton of time on it, but if I spend a little bit of time every day, then you get, it's like a little reminder, okay? So consider that. Start early. Don't wait until Sunday to do your work. And plan for technical problems. If you submit something after midnight or your work comes through as the wrong document, it won't be accepted. So make sure you give yourself enough time. And then ask questions. I'm here for you. And I'm ready to answer your questions. I love this topic. I want to discuss this with you. So I'm happy to meet with you during the week if you need. I'm happy to respond to your questions in the forum. You can email me. Don't suffer in silence, okay? So this is one possible configuration. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know how I can best support you. Thanks.